Yo,
And
yo, yo.
the bell has been rung, big dog.
Yo, yo, yo. It's crime time.
Hey, dog. Talk about a tag team that never got the proper shine, man. But ladies and
Man.
gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Woodward Sports proudly brings to you is Woodward Sports Tag Team Champions of the World. KGJB back with another episode of Woodward Ringside, building up quite the library, my dog.
Yeah, we're up
we
to episode 26 right now, man.
God damn, the time flies, bro. I remember we were still trying to figure this shit out, man. Now we done hit the ground running, man. But shout out to everybody that taps in with us weekly. You know, first and last time listeners, absolutely appreciate y'all. Like the videos, comment on the videos. You know, we will interact with y'all as much as we can. And these episodes will be dropping weekly, so stay posted for that. For anybody not familiar, you know, we try and cover pretty much everything in the fight game, man. So slow week this week, so we big focus
really
on
slow.
wrestling. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's been for a lot that has happened in this week. It's been like a slow news cycle, but there's been certain things you've been like, oh, okay, you know, you kind of nod your head at, like, all right.
Certain news that pops up that you're like, oh, all right, this is cool. But I think other than that, it's kind of like that slow summer drag. Like you don't really know what's going on right now.
Right, we ain't even started summer for real. We already in the dog days, man. It's crazy.
I know, right?
But man, we are here, and you know, just wanted to kind of get your thoughts, man, on what happened when we went off of air last week. I remember we ended the episode right in the middle of Raw. Kind of predicted what was gonna happen. It happened a little differently than I projected, but Jey Uso, I mean, the writing was on the wall, man. You knew that the end was near when Seth won the briefcase, but to my surprise, they had Gunther go over clean. And, you know, while I can get it, like in a sense, I can understand it, you are hurting someone that, you know, is genuinely over right now. And 51 days, bro, is all it took for Jey Uso to come in here and get the title and Jey Uso to come in here and lose the title. JB, I know you've been a big Jey Uso fan since the start of this thing. I got to get your thoughts first, dog, because yeah, it's a lot to unpack.
Dude, 51 days as champion, and then what was it, 36 days as US champion?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why does Gunther have to have the title to be a main part of the roster? That's my whole gripe right now. Like, you could build a good story with him, not involving the title, and he could still work that angle and it will still work out for him. But for some odd reason, you just feel like you need to have the title on this man for him to be important, which I don't agree with at all. Jey got cut so short of his title reign once again. Hell, even Rikishi is mad at WWE's writers right now, saying that
Rikishi always mad.
You need to do something better because this is just terrible.
Rikishi is a more toned down version of LeVar Ball. That's all that is. It's like
exactly.
He gonna ride for his kids. I can't be mad at that. Do I agree with everything he says? No, but he be telling some truth though. Like he knows the business as good as anybody. He be telling some truth in there.
Yeah, he knows the business as anyone else. And as you said, you're gonna ride with your kids regardless. But this was just embarrassing. And to have Jey and have his son out there with him as well too. And he gave a little speech afterwards after losing the title, saying that he was going to be back and, you know, just don't give up on him. But this was just sad to see, like, after all, like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be back either. We definitely going to break that down.
I don't know if he's going to be back. It's been announced that he is the mystery King of the Ring qualifier opponent.
Really?
Yeah. So
I heard something different. That they might have cooking in the tuck, but
I heard a couple other names as well too, but I think it was like officially announced that he is the mystery person, unless something crazy happens. So another competitor on the list, he's
okay.
Your mystery.
Will he win though? Is the real question, because I think
which is probably no.
Right, I think they leaning towards something else with him, but like I how do I not agree with you, JB? Like I definitely feel where you coming from on a lot of this. And you know, when I actually went back and watched him lose, and you know, the match with him and Gunther, like the match itself, it was probably the best match in their whole rivalry.
Yeah, it was quality.
they played it up enough. Like you felt like it was emotion there. You was kind of invested. The crowd was really behind Jey. Like this was probably the best out of all 5 matches that they've had so far. This one was probably the best one of them all. And WrestleMania wasn't horrible, but I could see why people was critiquing that, because it was just like they hadn't done enough up to that point to make people really care about this shit, man. And then you put the belt on Jey, and at least for me, just speaking for me, I felt like he wasn't a bad champion. Like he had the look. I felt like he was credible. I could take him serious, especially when you came out the gate and you gave him a dub over Seth, like instantly. And I kind of like how that plays in the Seth story a little bit. Now that he does have the briefcase, now it's got some substance behind it. You're not just blindly giving it to him because he just on this war path, like he just on some bloodline shit. Because this is, some people can consider this another iteration of the bloodline, or just maybe an evolution type storyline, but they haven't really fleshed it out quite yet. So you still waiting on big things from that. But it was like, damn, dog. But instantly I thought about like SummerSlam, right? Like you remember SummerSlam when it was here, and he was going against Roman, dog. And the energy in fucking Ford Field was amazing, because you really didn't know, like, are they really gonna put the belt on Jey? Like the momentum felt right for Jey to possibly go over on Roman right there. There's a couple points in Roman's like long ass reign that I felt like he could have dropped the belt at. And one of them was, Clash at the Castle with Drew, but this was another one right here. I felt like Jey had so much momentum coming off the turmoil within the bloodline, him sticking up for himself. He had fought Roman before and lost, so you felt like, oh shit, like, will they really do that again? Like he kind of is going solo. He got the main event shit cooking. They may put him over Roman here. Now, what happened is what happened. We all know the finish wasn't what people necessarily agree. It was the typical bloodline finish.
Yeah, typical bloodline finish.
Yeah, so I get why people was upset. Although it was entertaining. I was in the house. I was just happy to be in there for a SummerSlam. But,
yeah, I was the same way too, man. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dog. It was good times. But I thought about that.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you this. Now that Gunther has the title, there's the big rumor that Goldberg will be stepping in to take it off of him.
Yeah, and that's probably where they going, man. It makes sense for right now. Long term, it don't do shit for you. Because it's just Goldberg just trying to get his retirement match, and I'm not mad it's against Gunther. I feel like that's the right opponent, but I just feel like they should have cashed this shit in a little bit sooner, dog. Like y'all had opportunity to maybe do this at WrestleMania. Maybe that was the better direction, especially with Gunther losing the title, because you don't need the title in that feud. That's the only thing with that.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not mad at you making Gunther champion again, but you're going to run into the same problem, opponents. And you starting them off with Goldberg, that's cool. It'll get a pop from the crowd because it's Goldberg's last match. But what are you doing after that? Who are you really building up to go against Gunther? Are you making him dominant again? Like, what is the long-term plan with Gunther, bro? Like, I just don't know right now.
I don't know either. And that's the big, huge question mark that Triple H is just kind of frustrating us all with right now. Because like I said, you could have still had Gunther versus Goldberg and left the title alone. But now that you've got the strap on him, it's like, all right, does he drop it to Goldberg, or will he drop it to Seth some Monday night? Who knows? I don't even know.
The unpredictability does kind of, play into me wanting to, check into the shit and see what's going on. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know if it's going to be good, though. That's the only problem, because I wouldn't say they losing juice with the Seth storyline just yet. But it is getting to a point to where, okay, we need to see their next move. Seth won the briefcase. We kind of knew that was coming. What is the next move? Like, and do they just put him on the show for a while and try and flesh out everything else? We know he's probably not going for the World Heavyweight Championship, although it's kind of in the works. Like, you can see him going for it, but they've kind of made it known to, like, they don't really view the World Heavyweight Championship as a top title. Now, if Seth were to take that, I feel like that'd do some favors to the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
But they had him come out on, I think there was like SmackDown, and he held up the briefcase to John Cena. So it seems like the plan is that maybe he cashes in on Cena at some point. which may put juice in that, and we're gonna discuss that a little bit further. But just what do you think like ultimately happens with that?
Uh, I mean, Heyman's already eyed that like, oh, we're coming for the world heavyweight title, not the one Cena's carrying right now. So I think there's bigger plans for Cena and someone along the lines, down the lines, once he gets through with this farewell tour that's just completely boring as it is right now. But as
Yeah,
far as it goes with Seth, I think it's still just trying to either take the title off Gunther, or if Gunther somehow loses to Goldberg and Goldberg's last match is against Seth Rollins, then so be it, you know.
I think I would rather prefer him go after Gunther because it would make more
It
sense, and
makes
it
more
would put a
sense,
little
yeah.
more it would put more validity on the championship. But in the same breath, it's like, Cena talking about ending the fuck. He's trying to be Thanos of fucking wrestling right now. Don't really agree with it, but that's what the fuck this is for
Uh,
everybody watching at home. He is trying to be Thanos. He's trying to ruin wrestling, which you can't do that for me, John. I'm a fan of 30+ years at this point, but
yeah, like
you can't
we
do
seen
that
a
for
lot of
me.
shit, so
You're right. Like, but I get what you're getting at, but I don't really rock with it right now. But it would make sense if Seth is talking this, oh, the future of WWE, and I have to change the future, and we have to be on this path that I'm visualizing right now. If it's that, then is that really in the World Heavyweight Championship? I don't think so, bro. They haven't done a good enough job in really just making that title feel like it used to feel, bro. Because that at one point it was, to me, a better belt than the WWE Championship because of the lineage and shit. We done discussed it on the show, but it's just like,
I mean, it
I
was
don't
up
know, dog.
there. It was up there. They were like neck and neck,
Oh,
but now it's just kind of seemed like it's just a smaller, lower tier title. Hell, at this point, you could probably put it underneath the women's title. At this point, like I mean, shit.
God damn. I mean, in some ways, I mean, you ain't lying, dog. Like, it's crazy.
But
That's just
yeah,
fucking
it's
crazy, man.
terrible, and I just feel sorry for Jay that he had to endure this and lose the title and lose in front of his son, and still showing face like, you know what, I'm still the good dude out here. I'm just trying my best.
Yeah, man. And to tie it back into Jay, like, it's you see, we just talked about everything that's like going on. Like the main event scene is kind of convoluted right now. So where the hell does Jay actually fit in that? Like, I don't think you're gonna see him back in that scene for quite a while. And some of the rumors that I heard is like they trying to pair him back with Jimmy, and they want them to go after the New
That's
Day.
what I was gonna suggest, Net, that they pair back up with Jimmy, and then because Jimmy's been on the sidelines just kind of waiting his turn, and
Yeah,
nothing's really happened. So I guess pair them back together, bring the Usos together. I don't know. It, like I said, it just sucks that like we had this huge opportunity. The fans helped build up Jay to get to this point, and now it's just like, all right, we're just done with it. We just scrap it.
yeah, man. I felt like they really had a chance to flesh him out as champion, bro, if they had to just put a little more work into him. And that's kind of where you agree with Rikishi in some respects. It's like, yeah, he's sticking up for his son, but what he's is saying is making
It's
sense.
real,
He
yeah.
he hot as fish grease, dog. Like, it's just, and WWE has been known to pivot when people are hot right now, and Jay hasn't stopped being hot. Like, as much as some people may think like, oh, the Yeaton shit is stupid, it's got a timeline on it. Like, it hasn't died out yet. Like,
It,
and people is still yeeting every fucking arena he go to.
it
Shit.
hasn't. And
Like,
if you look at the crowd, like there are Yeet shirts all over the place. Like you can't tell me this man
yes,
doesn't
man.
doesn't sell merch at all.
No, he is definitely one of their top merch sellers. But this is where the argument of just because you sell merch doesn't necessarily mean that they really gonna get behind you, man. Because they do it with the people that they want to do it for. But in terms of a Jey Uso, who has been a long-term tag team guy, like, we got to be real about it. He made his money in the tag team game, and his solo run was built perfectly in a lot of ways. Like, they started him with the bloodline. He kind of was bucking up early, but Roman broke him, and then he fell in line for a lot of those years that Roman was just dominating. But you built up him as a character to where people gave a fuck. And then once he started bucking up again, people was really behind him, dog. And he was able to do what he did. He got to Raw as main event Jey Uso. He got over, and he's been hot ever since, bro. But they've done kind of a good job of building him, but they don't want to get behind him when it matters, and that's when the belt is on him, dog. Like y'all had an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to do this. I don't feel like you can do this with Jimmy as much as I love Jimmy. Jey is the one
No.
to do that with. So yeah, it's just like Jey is the one to do that with. So why don't you commit, especially while you're in the throes of a Cena retirement tour and Seth trying to build out this faction that's going to dominate after the Cena shit is done. So that's just how I look at it.
No, I completely agree with you. Like you had a huge opportunity and you just kind of let it slip out of your hands just so you could pursue something else or try something else. But I feel like they could come right back to that again once, it's like, all right, we tried this and now it just failed. So let's just go with our original plan headed in the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I mean it does make sense to give New Day something to do because that shit's been a dud as well. I
Like I,
forgot
I
they was
don't
even fucking
hate
tag champs, bro.
I don't hate the New Day direction that they're going in right now because obviously it took them a little bit to get some steam going and everyone to hop on board to their New Day idea. But this is just lame. This is boring without Big E. I'm sorry.
It's just not the same, bro. And once again, a failed opportunity, dog. They was cooking, bro. When they got that fucking heat on Big E, you fucking
Yes,
wasted it. Just like you wasted Elimination Chamber. Like when we go back and look at 2024 going into 2025, you're just gonna see a lot of drop balls and a lot of just missed opportunities. It reminded me of Cage pass to fucking Beasley, dog, in the playoffs. Like it's just you had it right there
it
and
was
just
right there.
it
You
was
just
right fucking there. And you just, hey man, you couldn't get it done for one reason or another. And that's one of them, dog. Like that shit, you had gold in your hands and y'all joked them out, bro. And that's where the jokey shit get kind of annoying sometimes for the hardcore fans. Like, for the casual fans and the younger fans, they eating the shit up. And if you are an older fan that's enjoying it, like I said, I ain't trying to hate on you, but
yeah.
just, what us long-term fans are really in it for is just like, damn, man, y'all kind of missed the boat on that. And that's back to WWE's problem of building new stars, bro. They really struggle with building new stars. AEW is a little better in that regard. Like they might pop up with somebody every now and again that's like, oh, who is that? Or, they got a couple homegrown guys now on their roster to where it's like, okay, they built this guy up and he credible. It's, WWE struggle with that. And it's just unfortunate,
But the
dog.
thing with AEW is like they give them time to like develop their character on their own. It's like, all right, we'll give you 15 minutes on the mic. We'll give you, a backstage promo or vignette, something like that. With the new talent
Right,
in
right.
WWE, it's just like, hey, if you don't come out the gates hot, then it's like you're on the back burner until we find something for you to do or before or until you become interesting and relevant in a storyline. So it's just
Which
like
is
they're
never.
just they're just waiting around in the back and catering, just doing nothing.
Right. Which is never, because how can you advance if you're not getting TV time? Shit. Like I saw Cora Jade was kind of out there making some comments because she in the indie scene now. She's been making a lot of appearances, and
Yep.
she was throwing some shots, pretty much saying like, you tried to do what they wanted you to do, and they still don't really fuck with you. It's like, what do you want me to do for in lack of better terms? Like that's what she was getting at. So it's just like, dog, it's hard, man. It's hard, but that's where I talk about is you can have a such thing as too much talent, dog. You really can.
And
Because
speaking of indies as well too, Shotzi put out stuff on her socials as well too, saying she's been making more money on the indies these past 2 weeks than she has with WWE in a while. So credit to her,
I
man.
mean, could she be telling the truth? Sure. But that I don't know how the WWE checks go, but I've known them to
Yeah,
be big, even for like the lower talent, because that's just the era that we in now. They making so much money. It's like even the lower grade talent make a decent, living off,
yeah, they're
touring the
getting at
road and
least
not
like
really
a
doing shit.
3-4 mil, something along those lines. But like still,
Yeah, but I mean, she could be telling the truth because she's getting more bigger opportunities, I'm sure.
yeah, she's getting
Um,
matches and a lot more
yeah,
than what she
yeah,
was getting at WWE. Where it's like I don't know, maybe she was on a pay per appearance type of thing.
yeah, and it could be that. And if she, market in the right way, then yeah, she could be making a killing with that. And I don't necessarily blame them because I don't know if WWE does, like you said, by appearance or something of that nature in the contract. You got to have X amount of appearances to hit this milestone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, yeah, man, like it's unfortunate, but you got people like her that have, pretty much echoed that sentiment, and they've been able to go out there on the indie scene and do okay for themselves. Now, I know in her case, she had like some, I think maybe nude pictures or some WWE wasn't really jiving
Oh
with,
shit.
and that's kind of why like they haven't fully got behind her. But just compared to I never thought they was gonna do anything important with her. So it's probably
No.
better for her to be doing what she's doing.
Yeah, she was a star in NXT, but moving her to the main roster, you did nothing. So, and I feel the
Yeah.
same with the Michin too. Like y'all just throwing her
Yeah.
out there for no reason.
They really tried with Michin. At least I can give them credit for trying with her. They have tried. It's just like she don't get over, man. She is not getting over with the fans. Zelina Vega is one tier above her, but she's struggling right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like that they got her with Julia. They trying to make something happen with that. Julia is very interesting. So the fact that she kind of over her shoulder is making the fans maybe care about Zelina a little more, but they still got a little ways to go in that. But yeah, it's just like, dog, it's fucked up, man. When you just caught in that mid card vortex, like
It's
it's
rough
fucked
out
up.
here. It's rough out
Yeah,
here.
man, because some of these women and just wrestlers in general are talented. They just they don't really get the shine that they should, but it's hard when TV time limited and you got to push the big names, and WWE is still reliant on the bigger names, bro. They not really in the market of building up younger talent, and if they are, it's a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, man. Wanted to get into something that is a little bit hot right now. My boy Ron Killings, man. Y'all better stop.
The
Y'all better put
Ron,
respect on Ron Killings'
the
name.
Ron.
Man, man. But on SmackDown, I thought, him coming out and attacking, John Cena twice in one episode. I thought that shit was money. They really are. It seems like they're gonna give him something feasible. But the real question I wanted to ask you is like, is he really finna be like serious or truth? Because
Mm,
the attacks kind of lean that he is going to be a little more serious. But then they had the little segment backstage with all this, and he was talking about some I'm in the driver's seat now. It was still kind of like a chuckle, ha ha moment. But
yeah.
and they got him playing the crazy kind of just off his rocker type of serious, like, and that could be maybe taken lightly, a little bit. So they in this like, I feel like they're in a good spot with our truth, but it could get misconstrued quick if they don't like put the right
Yes.
steam behind it.
That
You get what I'm saying?
that's what I was gonna say. Like, it seems to be going the right way right now, but let one slip up happen and he reverts back to his old little Jimmy ways. Then what are we gonna do? Then it's
Yeah,
back to the
dog.
joking Ron Killings now, which I don't want
Oh,
to see. I want you guys to take him serious, and I want him to be taken serious as well too. Because like, even though our power and the WWE universe brought him back, I don't think they're going to like put him out there in a dominant storyline right now. Like, yeah, I would love it if he just hopped in the TNA picture as it is, because I think both title spots over here in WWE are just kind of wrapped up with other people right now. So it's kind of like he's there and he's here and we're happy, but he's not really doing anything besides just going out and attacking people
yeah.
whenever he gets an opportunity.
I pray they don't little Jimmy him out, bro, because they got him talking to himself a little bit, and I get
And
it.
see, look, we were going
I
right
get it.
back to
Yeah, and I get that element of it because of the history. It's just like, I thought we was doing something maybe a little different here. But I mean, I'm giving it time to flesh out. I'm not
yeah,
shitting on
like
it by
I
any
need
means.
more time.
No, we definitely need more time, but just early indications. Like, do you think they'll I don't I don't I don't think they'll let them beat Cena, dog. But I do
No.
think they would. I do think they might spin the block on giving him a championship match against Cena during this run. Because CM Punk, and we gonna get more into that and just the Cena shit as a whole. Because maybe this shit can have some new juice, bro. Like I do feel like CM
Uh,
Punk has breathed a little bit of new life into this Cena shit because CM Punk just that damn good, bro. Like
Well, yeah.
he that damn good. But we'll get into that in a second. But like with R-Truth, he's a part of this main shit with Cena now. Like, because they did the little jokey joke, he squashed him in 5 seconds. He is kind of a part of this thing now because they had him interfere in the Randy match. So it makes sense to have him involved with this shit right now. And him attacking Cena makes sense after him coming back and him saying, yeah, like, I'm not for the games no more. Like, you finna put some respect on my name. And John Cena has been disrespecting him the whole time. So it makes sense, to have him attacking Cena and shit like that. I just pray it goes in a direction to where, he gets a serious title match and he not doing Cena's whole move set in that match. Like, have him go in there and be fucking Ryan Killings, bro, because it's just like, what are you doing it for if you're not going to do that? And he's talented enough to do that. Yes, he's lost a step. He's not the Ryan Killings of old, but he can still go out there and give you something, especially, man, the fans fucking revolted when he got cut, bro. So, like, they love this man. Like, and he can really do no wrong unless it just a wild story came out behind the scenes. Like, he can do no wrong right now.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. He can't do anything wrong, and I would like to see that Cena versus Ron Killings title shot at least once to see it actually happen and for all of us. But obviously, Cena will probably win that matchup. I could see him holding maybe the U.S. title, or if he wants to hop over to TNA and challenge I forgot who has the title over there right now, but still, hell, even in TNA, like there's a spot for him that he can shine. And as you said, he might not be the R-Truth of old that we got when he first got to WWE, but he still can go, man. He still has a motor, he still has an ambition. Yeah. So he is still a crowd favorite with a lot of the WWE universe.
Side note, how you forget my boy Trick Willie is the TNA champion over there,
because
man?
I don't even see Trick Williams as a champion, man. I'm telling you right now, it's more that the entrance that is captivating people. Like, I still don't even like him
Trick
like that.
Willie, dog.
No,
I find out something new about you every episode, dog. God
I'm
damn, you don't
I'm
like Trick Willie?
not a fan of Trick Williams, man.
Nah, man, you bugging, dog.
Obafemi's my guy though.
No, hey, I'm with you on that though. Obafemi is clears Trick in that regard, but Trick is cold, bro. And while he's not perfect, I do get the criticism. He ain't perfect, but like they got something cooking with him, dog. Like Trick, him winning that TNA championship was like big, bro. Because
that was
no
a shock,
WWE
man.
star, no WWE star has ever done that, bro. And I was so glad that when he won it, they promoted it as that because that was kind of a big deal. Like that shows that they got trust in Trick, and like when he gets to the main roster, I'm interested to see like how they handle him because they really got something with him, bro. Like, yes, he ain't the most polished in terms of promo. I know that's a big gripe with people. His promos ain't the greatest, but he's definitely not the worst shit you ever heard. Far from it. Like he can go out there and give you some juice. And then his in-ring has gotten way better. Like ever since he left Carmelo Hayes, he's done nothing but elevate to me.
Which I was going to bring up Carmelo Hayes too, because like his counterpart is not doing too much of anything on the main roster as it is too.
But that's not because of Melo though. That's because of booking, dog.
Yeah, that's booking. But still, at the same time, like you brought him up from NXT. Like if you were just gonna like waste him once again, you should have just left him in NXT.
Yeah, man, he was the number one draft pick too, bro. And that's what makes it so bad.
The number one draft pick doesn't even have a title opportunity. Like,
right, but they positioned him to really like either be that next guy or they was acting like he was gonna be one of the next up, but they just never took advantage. He had the tiff with Cody as soon as he came out the gate, and they just never followed it up. And they got him with Miz, and them two together ain't the worst shit in the world, but it's like, come on, bro, why are you putting them with Miz, bro? Like,
and if I'm being honest with you, I think Miz is probably the next one on the list to get cut.
I could see it, but he is one of those people like the fans wouldn't be in an uproar as much as R-Truth, but he is a lifer in some respects. Like he's been in WWE so long, he's a veteran presence. It wouldn't look good on them to cut somebody that's been there and been such a loyal soldier and a company man the whole time. Like he represents WWE in the best way possible from a professional standpoint. It just wouldn't look good to you to cut somebody with that kind of history with you. But once again, I don't. It's not nearly the same as R-Truth. Like I don't feel fans would bat as much of an eye if the Miz got cut. But I can see it though.
No, like I can see it happening. Like I don't think the fans will go crazy over it just because the Miz has other stuff he's working on outside of WWE. I mean, he's still got the reality show. He's still doing the movies. I think
he get the bag out here.
Yeah, he's getting the bag outside of WWE. So it's like it's less for him to worry about and concern about showing up for taping a Raw or SmackDown if he had to be cut.
And he getting older, man. And y'all, he's barely on TV as it is. And like he carved out a good career for himself. I was a lifelong Miz hater, bro. Like I always hated the Miz, but after a certain point, it's like you gotta respect it, bro. Like he carved out a decent career as being like a reality star. He paved the way for motherfuckers like Logan Paul, bro. Like being real,
That's
he came
true.
from that reality scene at a time where them going to wrestling was really like, what the fuck are you doing? Like what? Why would you do that? But he went in there, he learned the business, and he main evented fucking WrestleMania, bro. Like whether it was good, whether it was bad, whether you hated it, I hated it. But that motherfucker main evented WrestleMania and won. And he won. That shit is crazy. Like still to this day, I cannot believe that he main evented WrestleMania and won, bro. But I also think that's the same WrestleMania that had Michael Cole in a fucking match. Like, and if I'm wrong about that, like I am, but I know it was around that time period. So it's just like, dog, like wow, like. But he's done won every fucking title there is. He was one of the better Intercontinental champions. He did win the big belt a couple times. It's like you gotta.
I mean, tag champion a couple times as well too.
Yeah,
Big
man.
Show and everyone.
Tag teams. Yeah, like
man, I've been a fan of Mike since Real World days before he was even thinking about WWE.
Oh, shout out to the Real World, man. God, he was on the OG version, like one of the OG versions.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm old, bro. God damn, that was like a long time ago, bro. Do you realize
what was that like the 98, 99?
Yeah,
I can't even remember.
Shit. Man, I still one of my favorite Dave Chappelle skits is when he parodied the fucking Real World, bro. That shit is fucking gold, bro. My man gets stabbed. That shit was so funny, dog. Holy shit. My man Tyree told my man he gotta sit down when he Dog, that's one of Dave Chappelle's most underrated skits, bro. That shit it's hilarious from start to fucking finish, dog. Like
said, correction, I ain't had sex with Katie. Lysol had sex with Katie. No, Tyree, you had sex with me too. Correction. I had sex with
Katie. Holy shit, bro. Dog, that shit is so funny. They was beating this meat in the dark, bro. Dog, what the fuck? I'm probably about to watch that shit, bro. I ain't seen that shit forever.
America trying to see how we live out here.
Right. Shout out my boy Neil. He always quote that shit. Bring me a banana cognac. Yeah, drop the blood in the fucking smoothie, dog.
Oh my God.
Dave Chappelle was wilding, bro.
Man. Dave Chappelle was so ahead of his time, man, with all this stuff.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Man, I wish he could still make that show today, bro. It's so much shit he could go off of. Holy shit. Holy shit. But no, that's that shit right there. But so you just don't see there's no chance R-Truth gets a world title opportunity or a reign. No chance at all.
I think he gets an opportunity, but there will be no reign. There will be no titles changing hands. Maybe if you want to throw, like I said, the TNA title at him, give him an opportunity there, or if he wants to be the next opponent for one Mr. Jacob Fatu after Solo, like there you go.
Ooh. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at that, but my boy Fatu is just dog. He is my favorite thing going right now, dog. Like he is
just him. Like I feel like that's just him. This is not even him as a persona. This is just him going to work every day. Just him.
Yes, bro. And that's what's special about him. People that can get over being authentically themselves, like that shit, that's when you know you got some next level. And if they don't drop the ball, bro, Fatu is a future world champion, dog. Like, make no mistake about it. Like, this U.S. title reign is temporary. Like, he got bigger plans. Like, they gon' really get behind it. He got the energy. His promos phenomenal, like for his style, but he not out there reading the script, bro. It's just all just passion. And he is him, dog. And he's been the same way, the same Jacob Fatu that he was coming up through the Indies is the same Fatu that you're getting on TV right now at the big stage, bro. And I just love his ascension. I do think they might have pulled the trigger on the Solo shit a little too soon, but they've been
that's
doing
what
that.
I was gonna bring up too. Like, I feel like they pulled the trigger on this just a little bit too soon. But at the same time, like, I'm happy to see it, but also it leaves you in question now. Obviously, you're gonna get Jacob versus Solo at some point in time at the next pay-per-view, probably SummerSlam, something like that. But like, where does that leave? Where does that leave Bloodline Part 2? Like, what do you do with them?
Dog, it's so fucked up because they really, and once again, back to the drop balls of 2024, 2025, like the second version of the Bloodline. I felt like, and this is where I kind of, I've been praising Solo since the beginning of this thing, because they just needed to give him the opportunity. When you give these young guys a chance, some of them might surprise you. And Solo, once they, he took the mantle after Roman had to take that time off, it's like, bro, he did a good job. And I felt like they pulled the trigger too early on the Ulafala shit. They could have easily drugged that out to WrestleMania, bro.
Yes.
That was a WrestleMania match waiting to happen. You talking about, some of the matches on WrestleMania
and greatness, like, put together like that.
Yeah, like some of the matches on that WrestleMania card, people was just like, bro, we don't care about. They would have cared about that shit, bro, if y'all had to just put a little more time and effort into it. But they was trying to promote Roman for 2K25, and they had to rush to put it back on him because he was the cover star, and it was just like, dog, y'all dropped the ball, and it left Solo kind of in this gray area. But once again, he has climbed out the fucking rubble, and he's doing good work right now, bro. Like, I love what they doing with Solo. They moving him into more of a character that's not so just quiet and stoic. I did like that part about him, but I'm starting to like this a little more because he kind of like a smart ass. He kind of just like, really? Like, his mannerisms fit, I feel like, his actual maybe real life, him. And once again, that goes back to my argument of people being authentic and getting over. You can do that with some people. Yes, some people do need the machine behind them. I totally agree. But he is not one of them. He is starting to break over with just being authentic, but he can also still be a killer in the ring. And I hope that's how they build him up. Don't just make him a joke that always gets shown up when it's time to throw the fist. Like, he can go in the ring too. And I just hope that they keep this shit going. But they have dropped the ball in a lot of ways, bro. Like, and I think the Tongans getting injured didn't help. You kind of got this shuffling of the members now, and I think the what's his name, Hikaloa, is going to be the next member of Solo's bloodline. He's appeared on some house shows.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
he's been in WWE system for a while, so I think he's the next one to be in the faction. So we'll see what how the new shuffling of the deck looks. Maybe they throw Jimmy in that mix too if they don't put him with Jey, but just I feel like there's an opportunity there, but they might fuck it up, bro. They might fuck it up.
There's an opportunity there, but as you said, I definitely think that they are going to fuck it up somehow, some way, whether that's adding new members and subtracting Jacob. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's not going to be good. And I think the second coming of the bloodline will probably be one of those storylines that just kind of fizzles out until they want to probably bring this back up again to where Roman is kind of reuniting everyone back together to take on Seth and his faction, because who knows what that happens next. Like, I feel like that faction could probably grow one or two more members as well too in the upcoming months.
I'm starting to get sick of this faction is getting out of control, so we got to build a faction to fight that faction, and now it's faction wars. Like, I'm kind of getting sick of that. Because, the bloodline, it made sense. Roman was on top for years and years and years. And, yes, okay, you had the shit with Cody. Seth kind of joined it. It was kind of KO joined it. Sammy joined it. Like, you kind of had that storyline already. Now it's just like, all right, you're going to get another War Games match, other factions. Like, how many times are y'all going to reshuffle this shit? Like, and that's where I'm kind of just getting dead on that part of it. I do understand it, but it's just like, bro, y'all can build Solo and just being him, like just going out there and destroying people. To be honest, I would have had him win Money in the Bank. Like if y'all wasn't gonna have fucking LA Knight win it, Solo would have been my next pick, because that's where they struggle with Solo. They still haven't really built him up as somebody credible in ring, like, you know, as far as opponents. Like they had him losing for a long time, and that's why some fans ain't really on the Solo bandwagon, is because they haven't really put the wins behind them, bro. And they had him go out there losing all them fucking matches. I think he destroyed John Cena once, but after that, they just had him on this
Yeah,
losing
after that was
streak.
nothing.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, they didn't take him serious after he, you know, uprised and fucking took over the bloodline. So it's like, bro, they haven't done him any favors, but he still finds ways to shine. And I just hope that because Jacob Fatu is like, bro, he already got it. He's clearly gonna be the next one, and I don't want Solo to get overshadowed. They need to build him too, so that way when they both get to a main event level, they can revisit this and be like, oh, there's history here. WWE loves calling back on history. Well, why not build a fucking history with Jacob Fatu and Solo coming up the scene together, going back and forth? They used to be together, and now once they start becoming dominant in the main event scene and they face each other, people give a fuck.
No, I completely agree. Like Jacob is like skyrocketing right now as it is. Let him continue on doing his thing, but you should have been building up Solo that same way as well too, on the same lines as Jacob. There's one or another back and forth to where it is right now. I think Solo is in a spot to where it's like you kind of want to have him put back there with the remainder of this bloodline part 2 that you got going on, with the rest of the stragglers that are like kind of with him and on the IR list right now. So as soon as they pop back up and get back together, it's like, all right, now let's start this back up once again and start to slowly build up everyone else behind me, but Solo is still your main guy.
And you saw what happened the last time you put all your top storyline people in a fucking War Games match. Like everybody got injured. Brunson Reed got injured. Jimmy got injured. The Tongans got injured. Like it was
Jacob
just
got
like,
injured.
And it fucked up a lot of storyline that you could have probably had without that shit. So I'm sick of that faction war shit. And they are coming to a point where you kind of getting overloaded with factions, bro. There only needs to be one or two dominant factions at a time, bro. Like you don't need 5-6 factions. Like you got Judgment Day, you got the Bloodline, you got fucking Seth's faction. Like you get fatigued at a certain point, and it's just like, you know, like we want to see 1-on-1, 1v1, this guy versus this guy, who's better, and then be building other solo acts up in the background. That's what the fuck we want to see, bro. And then your tag team division is your tag team division, but I'm sick of the main event tag teams too. I told you that, you know, a couple episodes back. Like it's just like, bro, that shit is tired, bro. It's getting tired.
I mean, the tag team scene is just kind of up and down. It's a real roller coaster. Like you got people that you like, you got people that you don't, and then you start to get tired of seeing the same people over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've sat here and seen the War Raiders in the tag team match the past couple episodes of Raw and SmackDown. I get it. Like you guys are cool, but like the Wyatt Six just came back. Let's hype them up a little bit more. Like they got some tag team competitors as well too. Motor City Machine Guns, like they've kind of died down from their hype from the Royal Rumble. And it's like, what are you doing?
Dog. But I will say, like, SmackDown's tag scene got juice, bro. Like, it's way more entertaining. Like, what the fuck is the New Day doing? Like I said, I forgot they was the tag champs.
Like, what is the New Day doing? Where's Street Profits? Where are they?
They on SmackDown, but once again, SmackDown's tag scene, you got DIY, you got the Street Profits. They actually doing something with the Wyatt Six now, and that's kind of like, okay, I'm rocking.
We waited for that.
Yeah, right. Finally, everybody got healthy. Now they back on TV, and it makes sense to kind of interject them in this tag scene, bro. So you got like 4 or 5 credible teams. The Motor City Machine Guns. You got 4 or 5 credible teams on the SmackDown side that's all vying for the belt at the same time. So it's like, all right, well, if I get tired of the Street Profits, y'all throwing the Wyatt Six in front of me now. So it's like, okay, you know, I can rock with it. As soon as I get sick of DIY, you throwing the next team up. So it started, you know, it makes sense, bro. You got these teams going back and forth. With Raw, it's like, yeah, the War Raiders, they haven't, like, we don't care about them, although they talented, because y'all haven't did shit with them. Like, promo-wise, we don't hear from them. and it's like they barely get the TV time. They wrestle good matches, but it's like, dog, we don't care about them. And the New Day, as much legacy as they have, we don't care about them either. And it's fucked up because we
And
love
that's
the New
sad
Day,
too.
bro. Everybody loves the fucking New Day. And even as a heel team, I'm still rocking, but it's like they dropped the ball, bro. And it's fucked up because they really could have took that shit to another fucking level and they didn't do it.
And it's just sad to see because once again, New Day, so much potential there as well too. War Raiders, like I said, you might have seen them all the time, but like I said, they're good quality talent and wrestlers. They put on great matches, but it's just like you get too tired of seeing them every week, just kind of squashing whoever they're going up against.
Nah, big facts, bro. Big facts. But I mean, it's good to flesh this shit out because once again, like the shit is entertaining enough right now to keep you invested. But there
Yeah,
is just some things in Triple H's booking is just like, it's been
like
shit that you can,
what are we doing?
yeah, and that transitions into our last topic of the show. Really is just like the Cena shit, and y'all know anybody that's been tuning in, y'all already know how we feel about it, and they ain't trying to necessarily retread it. But I wanted to present this to you because CM Punk being involved now, like I don't know if you've seen it, but the first promo, CM Punk absolutely cooked John Cena. Like he been cooking Cena, like it's
he
been dog.
he
But it's
has
been good
actually.
though. Like the fact that Cena's been getting cooked by CM Punk has been good. Like and it don't hurt Cena none because of the history that they got.
Mm,
But CM Punk pretty much came out on Raw. He laid down the challenge, and I do like that you are putting it in the hands of CM Punk now because that's a feud that I care about. And that is going to maybe bring something different out of John Cena because you can tell Cena like working with Punk. You can tell they kind of like working with each other.
they've had good
And
matches
maybe,
before.
yeah, and come on, bro. They done that Money in the Bank where Cena walked out, like that shit was classic, bro. Like Cena got classics. I don't be up here just trying to just shit on Cena all the time. I'm kind of a fan of Cena, but it's been wavered over the years because of a combination of him being the company man,
Mm.
WWE making him the top guy, forcing Cena, pause for lack of better words, down our throats. Like it's a lot there, bro. Like, and for people that's rocking with the heel turn, once again, I ain't trying to shit on your fun. Just run right past this. Don't even type it out, big dog. Just keep it cruising. Like if you enjoying it, you should enjoy it. This is the last time you're gonna see him. And I do understand the people that are like, yeah, it ain't the best, but I'm just happy to see Cena, doing something relevant this last run. And if that's what you in it for, cool. But I just thought that they could have did something like big, bro. Like we was talking about this shit with the Hulk Hogan heel turn to Hollywood. Like
The third
this
man.
shit could have been all time, bro. But when we look back, it's just like they had it and it just didn't hit the way it was supposed to. But I do feel the Randy as his opponent was a good start. You
Mm-hmm.
had that bullshit in the middle with R-Truth, but that turned out to maybe be a positive now because of what took place outside of WWE and him being brought back. So now you kind of got R-Truth bringing some juice to this shit because you don't know what's going to happen with that. He's the wild card. He's been attacking Cena. A match is imminent, but Cena dealing with CM Punk right now. So, you kind of feel like CM Punk, yeah, he probably going to lose, but how it's gonna all go down, you're kind of intrigued by a little bit. And CM Punk is a fucking bro. He's one of the best
Well,
talkers of
yeah.
all time, bro. Like he can just bring juice. That shit he did on SmackDown, bro, and then R-Truth attacking him right behind that. It was fucking gold, bro. Like, and it made me like give a fuck about this Cena shit for a second. Like, it's just like, okay, like, I can, I can rock, bro. And CM Punk coming out there stating, yeah, I'm better than you. I've always been better than you. And it's the truth. He's always been better than Cena. If you
Mm-hmm.
really put the shit matching them up to each other, I feel like CM Punk can get his shit a new direction, some new juice. R-Truth can as well, and maybe you can salvage this. Do you think that the John Cena heel turn is salvageable?
I think off of those two, it is a blessing in disguise for with CM Punk and Ron Killings coming back as well too. As you said, keep Ron as that wild card, that crazy You don't know where he's going to show up next. You don't know where he's going to pop up next. You don't know whose match he's going to interfere in. But keep him as that, because that keeps things interesting. As far as
Yeah.
Punk and Cena goes, like, they've had great matches before. I don't expect this one to drop off either as well too. They will put on a good show and burn the house down. But at the same time, Punk adds to this Cena rivalry, and as you said, put some more juice in and more life into it, because it was getting stale. Week after week, we seeing this man just come out here and just hop on the mic and talk and saying, "Oh, I got 12 days left. I got 10 days left. I got 9 days left." Like, I don't care to see that anymore. We get it. We know you're leaving. We only got a couple
Right.
days left. We get it. We know it. You just pause when I say this, but you shoved it down our throat long enough. Like, we got it. We understand. So let's just get to the matches that mean the most to us, that we want to see. And this one is one of them, where it's Cena versus Punk. And maybe at a certain point, with Ron interfering so much, you could get that fatal four-way, or hell, an elimination chamber that puts all of Cena's former opponents in the same ring together.
Ooh, I would like that. I would like that. But for the love of God, bro, just stop trying to make Cena this fucking Thanos type movie ass villain, bro. Like, it's but the ship is kind of already sailed, so
Yeah,
they
it's
gotta
still
just
like you
rock with
gotta
it now.
rock with it now.
Yeah, but it's just like, that's where when CM Punk gets in there and he gets on the mic against Cena, you can just tell the difference. CM Punk is just coming from a natural place, going off of shit that has actually happened. As where Cena, while he's not doing a bad job, you can just tell he's over committing to it. He's overacting. Like, you can tell he's acting like. And CM Punk kind of being like, this is not you, John, and I'm gonna give you a chance to stop this shit and go back to being the Cena that we know you really is deep down. But Cena didn't do it. Like, it just, you can just see like the differences between a CM Punk that's just, it's natural for him, bro. Like, his, as opposed to John Cena, who wanted to do this heel run. I get it. I wanted to see it at first, but seeing how it's played out now is just like, I don't
It's
know,
not
man.
worth
Like,
it.
I don't know if it's worth it, bro. And that's the real shit. Has it really been worth it? To this point, I would say no. And for me, it's nothing that's really like, oh, okay, I'm gonna miss that about John Cena at this point. Like, and at least if you're gonna have him doing this Thanos shit, give us some more entertainment in the ring. I'm not saying go out there and do backflips and just go out there and do Logan Paul spots. Obviously, John
Yeah,
Cena can't do that at this stage, but
no, not at this
just
age. No.
give me more than the exaggerated 5 moves of doom. Like, I'm sick of that shit too. Like, put a little more emotion in Cena, like, make him more vicious. Like, that's what I would have did. I would have made Cena a fucking killer in this last little, year. Like, no, nigga, I wanted to go, and I'm coming to destroy everybody because it mean that much to me. Like, this legacy shit, yeah, the fans play a part, and I was sick of y'all the whole time. Like, F the fans, but like, I'm doing this for the championship, and I'm about to go out. And if you want to say he wants to ruin wrestling in that way, fine. But it's just like, ruining wrestling. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, what
Like,
does it
this
mean?
shit it's gonna continue on after you. Like,
Exactly.
man. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
It's
but
gonna continue on with after you, once you're done, once you're not here anymore. But yeah, you could have came out here, had this heel run, and been like the total badass. You didn't have to be this plain boring thing. But as we said, the ship is already sailed. This is the direction that they want to go in with this, with Cena. And once his run is over, this farewell tour is over with, you're not gonna look back on this and be like, hey, that last couple Cena matches were pretty good. No, it's going to be like, it's boring. The same old 5 moves that he
right,
does, it's just going to be boring. And it's going to be sad to see, because a wrestler like Cena shouldn't have to go out this way.
right. And when he was training to get back, I thought, he has enough time in the PC to really get back up to par. So I thought we'd just be seeing a little bit more, and it just hasn't been that. But this is why I brought it up, though, because you still got time to maybe right the ship. Like,
You
the
got
start was
time, but you
the
got to start
start.
writing like right now. Like, put it
Yeah,
in the ethos. Like, all right, we're starting to move in a slightly different direction than what we got going on right now, because
right,
it's the
right.
same old, week to week.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But yeah, they still got a little bit of time. But like you said, they gotta expedite it a little bit. And SummerSlam is going to be huge for where the Cena heel turn is going to end up, because we only a couple months from that now.
And I swear to God, if I see Travis Scott at fucking SummerSlam, I'm gonna be so upset.
Man, they better not, bro. But I think with the R-Truth shit, you got something way bigger at stake now. And like I said, I don't know if CM Punk, he's probably gonna lose, but maybe he gets his rematch. Does Seth cash in on Cena? Like, Cena got to have a downfall at some point, and that's kind of, I don't want to say imminent, but it's coming. It's in the background, like, and eventually Cena got to lose the title, and he got to humble himself. So that's kind of where the next stage of this shit got to go. Is just like, how do you get there? And yeah, Cena been champion. It's been okay, but y'all got to get to the next phase of this shit. But they do have opportunity to maybe right the ship, because the start was fish grease. The start was like, you had everything cooking. The middle has been plain. Like, it's been just, at least for us, it's been plain. But you do have a chance to maybe have a better finish to this shit than we expect at this point. So, but
do you feel like you should inject The Rock back into this?
See, I would, but there's a real life element in the background that we kind of don't know what the fuck's going on, because there seems to be, and like I said, I don't know, we just speculating, but like, there has been rumblings of maybe Triple H and Rock not really seeing eye to eye creative wise. And with The Rock holding so much power in TKO, and TKO, you saw how they got McMahon the fuck out of there. Like, they got him out of there. Like, nobody's and you knew it was going to happen, bro. Like, anybody with eyes and fucking a brain could see, like, he was bad for business. Yeah, they was going to keep him on the board until the dust settled on the check clearing. And then after that, yeah, we don't want your old ass around. You a fucking liability, bro. You gonna hurt the money. It's up for you. You owe this shit now. Like, it's up for Vince, bro. Like, you knew it was coming. But is that same thing in the cards for Triple H? And is there really a rift between him and The Rock? And if it is, like, that would make sense as to why we saw the abrupt end to The Rock being involved in this shit. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if The Rock is going to ever show back up in this shit at this point.
Damn.
I think the ship done sailed on that, dog. Like, I would kind of like to see it, because maybe that would, kind of connect some more dots to the grand scheme. But at this point, it's like, bro, y'all fumbled it already. Like, I don't, shit, the other team already running the other way, man. Like, trying to get a fumble. Maybe you can get a fumble and get the ball back, but it's like, come on, bro, you had the ball and you turned it over.
Yeah, like, I would love to see it personally, but I don't know. Like you said, the stuff behind the scenes, what's going on with Triple H, The Rock, and TKO all together. There's some misunderstanding they got going on. I would personally love to see it, but like you said, I don't think it's going to happen until whatever outcome comes out of the three of them, whether that's, Triple H ends up leaving, or he goes back to NXT to like do some stuff over there, or he's completely cut out of the
No, he the big dog. Now, the only way Triple H gets diminished is if they take him out completely. Like, he is the guy until further notice. And is there a further notice? We don't know. And maybe, I think it's more, it might not be as much The Rock, because The Rock's doing other shit too. So The Rock being in charge of creative don't make the most sense, because he has other ventures. Yes, he does care about, I feel like he does care about the WWE product, but
yeah, but he's not going to be there 24 hours. He's not going to be there 24/7.
So it's like that don't make sense to put Rock in charge of creative. So I think this is more between Ari Emanuel and the head of the TKO partnership and Triple H being head of creative, because they go hand in hand. Like, what Triple H puts out there is what TKO has to present to their shareholders. So that relationship there, you can easily see them butting heads on this issue and that issue. The R-Truth shit being a perfect example. There is rumblings that Triple H, this wasn't part of his plan. But, Pete Dunne, not Pete Dunne, Kevin Dunne, I think his name is, he had to step in. Triple H's right-hand man had to step in and kind of right the ship on that. And I think that was a direct call from the TKO people. Like, hey, the fans is revolting. That could hurt the viewership. That could hurt the bottom line. Just resign R-Truth, give him what he wants for like a year, and just see what happens. And Triple H don't like that shit because Triple H got a master plan of everything he's trying to do.
Yep.
And he feels like, hey, I done built equity. Like, just because Vince ain't here no more, I put the groundwork in. Like, I put the time in to be the man right now. And I want to do this shit the way I want to do it. R-Truth wasn't in the plans. And that's why he got cut. So it's just, yeah, bro, it's a lot going on. And I just feel like maybe it's not so much with The Rock and Triple H. I think it's with TKO and Triple H. And we don't know where the fuck that's going to end up. Or it could end up being Triple H is still going to be the man, good, bad, or indifferent. And this is just, Triple H ain't going to be perfect in terms of booking, which no booker is perfect.
Yeah, no booker is perfect. And I think this given Hunter's kind of like first run in the sole era by himself, it's like, all right, you can give him like a little bit of a leeway, but it's like the second year around, you kind of want to like hit the ground running. You need to know like, all right, this is my direction that I'm headed in. If we have to swerve or pivot, I've got an idea of someone that I want to like swerve to. But other than that, it's like, hey, you need to be on your shit after this season, after this year goes by.
Yeah, and you got to give Triple H credit. Like, Triple H pulled WWE from a point to, Vince had this shit so just PG and unentertaining, and then he was doing all these outdated, borderline racist storylines at times, and
Borderline.
just doing it was just, borderline. And that's me being nice, but like, he just did all these wacky ass like gimmicks that's outdated for this product. And Triple H has made the product more modern, and he has excelled at making the hardcore fan feel more invested as well. Because that's where Vince was just like the worst, bro. Like, he only cared about the money, and the money was in the kids. Fuck the goddamn hardcore fans. They gonna be here. He didn't give a fuck about us. So that's what made the tail end of Vince.
It was about selling merch, that Bailey merch, all that shit.
Right. The hugger shit. Like, bro, we don't even have to go through it, but it was just about appealing to the kids, and he didn't give a fuck about the hardcore fan that got him to the point that he got to. So yeah, I give Triple H credit in that regard. And is he perfect? Nah. Do I feel he's racist? I don't feel that way, but there's whole Reddit pages online and shit. There's a whole conspiracy pages of if is Triple H racist. I don't get that from him, but there's some shit in there that maybe you can question it. But I don't. Overall, I just feel like he's done a good enough job to where this shit is in good hands if he remains at the helm. But there is going to be points to where he does the long term shit. So it's going to be points to where it gets dull, it gets kind of repetitive, and it's like, did you really make the right decision here? Especially with TKO button in every 2 seconds, like that affects shit as well.
Yeah, I would love to like just be in a boardroom with like Triple H right here, and then like TKO on like the phone call saying like, all right, we don't like that idea. Let's switch this up.
It's something going on. You can tell it's some shit going on. And while I don't think it's like as serious as people are making it out to be, there is something there. Like, there's definitely a reason why The Rock just pieced the fuck out. Like, that shit he did on Pat McAfee, I'm not buying that completely. Like, how can I? Like, because bro, that was too big of a storyline for you to just come in and come out of. Like, that shit didn't make sense.
It's like you make appearance and to just leave. Like, nope, I'm not touching it anymore.
You had to address it on a platform that's kind of breaking the fourth wall. So it's like, McAfee ain't just, just kayfabing it. Like, he's telling the other side.
Yeah.
So it's like, like you had to come on there and kind of provide an explanation. So something's going on there. I don't know what it is, and we probably will never know what it is unless news just start dropping. But
yeah,
I mean, but it's affecting the programming as is right now, I feel, to a degree. And it just makes you wonder. That's all.
I got you. Before we get out of here, I wanted to just mention this and bring this up because I don't know if you've seen this, what's happening over at AEW with them and Moxley, that they're getting sued right now for
I saw
assault and battery from I believe Blood and Guts from like 2023.
So if you got the synopsis of the story, like, enlighten me, because I just saw the headline. I don't really know the meat and potatoes of it.
I'm not too sure if you remember the match, but it was like Moxley, a couple other people when they had the 2 rings together and the steel cage. This was like in
I
LCA,
kind of remember that.
and
Yeah, I kind of
he
remember that.
Moxley threw someone up against the steel cage, and then like it broke, so they fell to the floor. So once
Yeah.
they got out to the floor, I guess Moxley threw the guy back into the ring, and one of the production people who was like over to the right hand side, he shoves him and like takes the screwdriver out of his hand and hops back in the ring. Well, that guy that he shoved is now suing AEW and him for
Oh,
battery, assault,
that's weak as
neglect,
fuck.
apparently trauma. He had neck trauma from all this stuff and everything like that. So now,
Man,
yes, he is suing AEW and John Moxley.
no, because the headline, but this is why you don't buy into the headlines, people. The headline made it seem like he actually went and physically assaulted someone. This
No,
is
it was a
something,
shove. Like,
and John Moxley, you got to give him credit, bro. He is a wrestler's wrestler. He is going to stay in character. And that
yes,
spot that you're referring to, I kind of remember that match. All he's doing is staying in character. Yes, it may not have been planned, and you may not have expected him to push you in that moment, but you as an AEW production crew, unless he like knocks you the fuck out, you got to just go with it, bro. Like he didn't do a move to you. He just shoved you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's kind of weak. That's just you trying to get a payday. That
that,
remind me of that lady trying to milk Austin being drunk and running into the barricade. There's a barricade there for a reason. You did that exaggerated ass fall and then tried to
oh.
maybe look into it as if it was more than what it was. Like, bro, Stone Cold was drunk. He old as hell. Like, and he ran into the barricade, which is very soft. Like that barricade is like, come on, bro. Like
that barricade is
that foam
flexible.
ass barricade. Like, come on, dog. Like you was okay. Like you did that exaggerated fall, but you was good. Like, man, I'm not buying that, bro. That
Well,
shit
I don't
weak.
know where it's going to land, but he's already appealed and applied in court. Wayne County, they have the paperwork and everything. So who knows how this, will plan out next? But
And then it's
maybe
like,
a payday for this man.
Why'd you wait 3 years, bro? Like, it's just that don't make sense either. Like, if that really happened and you felt that way, you would have sued immediately. Like, you fucking playing with the statue, man. Like, I that shit, I don't know. That just
And
seemed like
what's so
some
crazy is that the guy has been with the AEW in the production team for years beyond or before this incident ever happened. Like he was with them when they first started up.
okay. That means, well, at least in my brain, that means that him and TK probably ain't seeing eye to eye. And he's
Mm.
probably had his fill of AEW. He may be on his way out the door. And he just like, well, fuck it then. I always felt like, I could have got compensation and I'm going to talk to a lawyer and see if I can sue for this. And he talked to a lawyer. The lawyer was like, well, you might have a case there. And now he's trying to sue. So that's what and
Damn.
on your way out the door, you trying to get a payday. That's what it maybe seems like, at least to me. But that either way, that shit, it just don't seem like feasible, bro. You're not finna win that. Like TK getting too much money out here. Like that lawyer team, you was not finna win that, dog.
Yeah,
Like I just don't know.
this case is about to sit for a while before you even get any judgment. And like
Right.
you're gonna waste more money waiting on them versus just settling out of court for this or not even doing
And
this.
that could be the goal. He could just be looking for because that's
That's what it
mostly be the
is.
goal. People be looking for settlements. They don't really be trying to go to court, but hey, man, hey, more power to him. If he get the bag, more power to him,
Yeah.
man.
But
Nah,
that's all I wanted to bring up about it.
yeah, man, that's fucking weak. But I think we done did all the damage we can do on a slow news week. But JB, I always appreciate you. Always taking the time out. I know you had a busy weekend. So yeah, man, I know shit. My shit don't always be working the best. So I'm just
Mine
glad
either,
that
trust
you.
me.
No, man, I'm just glad you rocking with the kid, and we get to put these episodes because I enjoy doing this shit with you, bro.
Hell yeah, man. I wouldn't do this with anyone else but you, man. Shout out.
Yeah, man. Tag team champions of the world, man. We don't take that shit light. Like we
Hell
really
yeah.
tag team champions from day one, bro. We just hit it off.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah, bro. Like it was meant. It was meant. But shout out to everybody that tapped in for this episode in the live chats, man. We will go back, look at some of y'all comments. If it's something y'all want to highlight us, just say something to us. Make sure y'all leave it in the live chat and in the comments. after this is over, man. And we looking forward to having some interesting content coming up, man. Shout out to the people over at Mitten Muay Thai. We are hoping
Hell yeah.
to, have some content with them coming up, some very, very interesting content in the fight game, man. And we hoping that, we can do this, man, because MMA is growing. And shout out to Mitten Muay Thai. They've been linked with Woodward before, but having them come on and actually doing a segment, just kind of promoting what's going on in the MMA world and things going on with their promotion. Definitely looking forward to that. So shout out to Phil and the people over there. Looking forward to having him on very, very soon.
Shout out. Hell yeah. Shout out to them. I know we got the Clarissa Shields fight coming up pretty soon too as well.
Yeah, seriously, bro. I'm trying to get in, bro. So, if things turn out the way they're supposed to turn out, then maybe we can make that happen, bro, because I know that's fastly approaching. So,
hell yeah.
So, but no, I would love to be in the building for that. But yeah, we will see. But either way, we're going to cover it. And like I said, just shout out to everybody that's tapped in with us, man. Like this video, subscribe to Woodward Sports, become a member. It's only a couple bucks a month, man. You will get access to this and a whole bunch of different episodes when they drop. Got to give a shout out to Fast and Loose, y'all boys over there killing it. Big shout out to my boy Chase. Y'all doing the damn thing over there. Shout out to Woodward Wings, Spinny, Sam, and Young Justin over there. They providing some of the best wings content. We got Woodward Tigers now, man. So shout out to Broder and Nick, bro. They killing it right now. Big shout out to my boys.
Always
I love
wins.
to see. Yeah, I just love to see all my people shining, bro. Like Nick is crushing the Tigers content right now, man. I love seeing him on the shorts after a win, after a loss, and he just giving it that Nick energy that only he know how, bro. And he giving you the facts at the same time. Like he is crushing, bro. He was made for that.
He's in his really glory. He's in his element right there. I can definitely tell when he's at the ballpark. Game just ended. Gives a recap. Like you could just tell, like he's in his element.
No, absolutely. Broder as well. I'm happy to see him and Broder talking baseball. I'm happy to see Broder talking baseball again. Because y'all already know Broder is the baseball knower of all baseball knowers, man. I love his commentary on the Tigers. So it's good to see them linked up, bro. Big shout out to Sean Beligian, bro. Like behind the scenes has shown me so much love, bro. Like I got nothing but respect for that man. He is also a legend in this town. We talk about, the Terry Fosters of the world and stuff like that. Sean Beligian is right there in that camp. So no, and I love Sean. He's giving me great advice, and seeing him and T Foss, on the Lion Show with Broder, they do a great job as well. But that's a long way of saying support our weekend content, bro, because we cooking right now, man. Yeah. I gotta say we are cooking. Ever since this venture started, I feel like we are cooking in a lot of different ways, man.
Bringing in a lot of new eyes and new people to the product, not only with wrestling, but hockey, baseball, and atop our, our same normal sports that we do: Lions, Wings, Tigers. Yeah. So yeah, just
big shout out to the weekly shows. I ain't forgot. My heart is still with the Woo Crew, of course, man. Shout out to Big D Energy. I miss Neil, man. I miss always having to check Neil sometimes, man. It just what do I do in my life when I ain't got to check Neil, dog? Like it's fucked up, man.
No, you just call in now. Just call into the show.
Right.
Just be like, Neil, I forgot what you said.
He ain't gonna take me as a caller, bro. Neil's real selective on phone calls. He don't want me calling up because you already know where that's gonna go. But shout out Neil, shout out Spin Dog, shout out D-Mac, shout out Sean Beligian, shout out E&E. I got a place there as well, bro. Like I'm all over the network. The Heavies, my dog Spinny and Easy, man. Easy been tapping in with me. Shout out to him. Yeah, dog. Just you know how it be, man. Woodward Sports, we cook it right now, so it is what it is. You ain't gotta like it, but you gotta respect it, dog.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Hey, but for that. It has been Woodward Ringside, your boy JB, your boy KG. Until next time, we are out. Peace.
Peace.
Bring them out!